Now we're going to talk about the CMAs, the Country Music Awards for 2018. This is just the nominations, though. And how we're going to do this is we're going to go through each category, who was nominated, and then we're going to pick who we think should have had it and who we think will have it. So the first one on this list is the Female Vocalist of the Year. It's Kelsey Ballerini, Miranda Lambert, Maren Morris, Casey Musgraves, and Carrie Underwood. What's your opinion on this, Sammy? Do you have a...
I don't like Miranda Lambert, and I don't know if she necessarily is going to get it. I think Carrie Underwood's really the only one that has came out with recent 2018 music that is relevant. I think Maren Morris, we mentioned, both David and I looked at each other before coming in and we go, who is this? And we looked her up, and her last country album is in 2016, I think, and then she was in The Middle, which is
the pop song.
That pop song with Zed, and it's the biggest hit out there. And so that's what, if they're willing to give the award to somebody that's not really country, right, I could see her getting it.
I don't think that's a good choice for something called the Country Music Awards.
Which is why I'm saying Carrie Underwood.
I think it's going to be Carrie Underwood, too. It's a little unfortunate because she has won so much in the past, but I think I'll lock her down as my expected win and who I would vote for if I was voting. The next one on the list is the Vocal Duo of the Year. We got Brothers Osborne, Dan plus Shay, Florida Georgia Line, Maddie and Tay, and Sugarland.
All very good groups.
These are all really good. This is a tough pick, but I think Dan and Shay are going to take it this year. They probably deserve it. Maddie and Tay, I think it's been a little while since they've had a song come out that was really popular.
Florida Georgia Line, though.
Yeah.
They always are producing music, always.
And
every one of their songs are hits.
How do they do that?
It has something to do with their more modernized country. They put, I wouldn't say necessarily rap, but they put like a modern pop twist to it, and people like it.
It's good. The song with Bebe Rexha.
Yeah, and that's up for an award too.
It is. We'll get to that in a little bit.
But I personally, like I just mentioned, Florida Georgia Line is going to be probably Dan and Shay's best competitor. I personally think Dan plus Shay is probably the winner of this category. I think they're going to be winning a lot of awards this year, personally, just because I think their album was so different than their past, and I think they have taken a very big step towards the future.
All right, the next one on the list, we got Single of the Year. So we have Broken Halos by Chris Stapleton, Drinkin' Problem by Midland, Drowns the Whiskey by Jason Aldean, and as we said before, Meant to Be by Bebe Rexha and Florida Georgia Line, and also Tequila by Dan plus Shay.
All right, I love this song, Drinkin' Problem. I love that
such a good song.
I don't think it's gonna win the award. I think the country song that's gonna win Single of the Year has to be Drowns the Whiskey.
I don't know. I think Tequila was really big for a lot of people too, but the one that got the most attention was Meant to Be.
We're all over the board.
It hit the mainstream. No, what I'm saying is I think Meant to Be is the most likely to win, in my opinion.
I heard this interesting story about Meant to Be, and Bebe Rexha actually went to the studio and thought that she was going to be recording with, maybe it was Brothers Osborne. I'm not 100% positive. She thought she was recording with somebody else. Could have even have been Chainsmokers. And then all of a sudden, Florida Georgia Line walked in the door, and she was very confused.
Well, that's a surprise. Yeah.
So and then they produced this massive hit. So I found that very interesting when I heard that story. But I think personally, I would say Drowns the Whiskey takes it for me. Maybe it's because I love the song, but I think that was a big hit in the country industry.
Right.
So, but I do agree with you. I think Tequila was also a big take as well.
That might be my favorite one on this list.
So the next thing we have up is New Artist of the Year. We have Lauren Elena, Luke Combs, Chris Jansen, Midland, and Brett Young. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't understand how I'd say 3 out of the 5 of these artists are up for New Artist of the Year. Chris Jansen has been around for a while. Brett Young has been around for a while. Luke Combs has been around for a while. I love Luke Combs on this list. I think he's going to take it.
I think Luke Combs has it too.
Easily.
I think the reason why is because in country music, when you start up, you can't just come in with one hit song and be in the top songs. I don't see that happen very often. Most country artists
Happened to Thomas Rhett.
Thomas Rhett's a good example. It did happen to Thomas Rhett. But that's very rare. I mean,
I agree. No, I agree with you. I do. I think Luke Combs easily has
Luke
that
Combs
category,
has this one. I agree.
And then the next category we have is Male Vocalist of the Year. Dierks Bentley, Luke Combs, again, Thomas Rhett, Chris Stapleton, and Keith Urban. What do you think, David?
I think Thomas Rhett's going to take this one. I think, well, he really blew up with Happy Man, but now he's moved on and kept the audience, and I think
even refers to Happy Man in his song, Life Changes.
Right.
But yeah, I agree. I think Thomas Rhett's going to take this one. I think he has a great voice, and I think he hit the market with this new album. The ladies love him. The guys love him. Nobody doesn't like this guy.
And some people like his wife even more, so it's a double duo.
Exactly. She's got a blue check mark by her Instagram name. So. All right, and then the next one is Entertainer of the Year. Now, I was surprised that Thomas Rhett was not up for this one at all, because when I went and saw him, he was amazing. He was he was a crowd pleaser. And to me, that is what an Entertainer of the Year deserves.
I think Luke Bryan is a crowd pleaser as well.
You got Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan, Kenny Chesney, Chris Stapleton, and Keith Urban. What are you going with?
I think Kenny Chesney probably put on one of the better shows this year. I've heard a lot about the shows that he's put on and how he just really gets the crowd involved.
It was amazing. You
saw him live?
I went and saw him live this summer. And it was really cool to kind of see his performance reflect in the music he writes. I didn't understand that until I went and saw him, and everything made sense after seeing him. His songs reflected who he was as a person.
Just about his music, right? Not everything.
Everything.
All right, the next one on the list is Album of the Year. And we've got From a Room, Volume 2 by Chris Stapleton, Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves. Is it Musgraves? Graffiti You by Keith Urban, Life Changes by Thomas Rhett, and The Mountain by Dierks Bentley. Oh, that's a lot.
That's so hard.
That's a really tough one.
Because Dierks Bentley's album was also great. Oh, man.
I personally am tempted to give it to Thomas Rhett, but that's a personal bias because
I'd say Keith Urban.
I've fallen in love with his music.
So many people worked on that album with Keith.
That's
even Ed Sheeran worked on that album.
What's Ed Sheeran doing on a Keith Urban song?
Hey, you know what? A good Australian guy that knows how to southern twang. I don't know. It just does it for me. Next category is Song of the Year. We have Body Like a Back Road, Broken Halos, Drowns the Whiskey, Drunk Girl, and Tequila.
We talked about some of these songs on this list earlier. I really hope Body Like a Back Road does not make this list.
Neither do I. It's so mainstream. I don't know.
I feel like it's a fantastic song, and it hit a big audience, but
it's well written. I don't know if it's well delivered.
Right.
I don't know if many of Sam Hunt's songs are well delivered. I know I'm going to bite my tongue on that one. Many people may
interesting.
disagree with me, but I think
You just unleashed.
he's just, he doesn't really sing. He just sits there and talks.
You don't find that to be artistic?
Got a girl from the south side.
Got
And then we have
braids in her hair.
and then we have Tequila, and I just think Tequila was amazing. I don't know. I think it was very well written. I also think Drowns the Whiskey was well written. And the people that are winning this award for Song of the Year are the songwriters.
Right.
Obviously the singer's going to go on stage with them, but the songwriters are the ones that are really getting this award.
Drunk Girl has the message is supposed to be really good, but I think if someone tried to follow what the song is explaining, which is taking a drunk girl home and helping her, I think you could land yourself in a little bit of trouble trying to explain what happened the next day.
Yep.
So I don't know. I like where the song is going, but I think it's a little bit dangerous.
So what's your final vote?
I'm going to give this one to Drowns the Whiskey for my personal opinion.
I agree. I
Right.
think that is such a well-made song.
The next one is Vocal Group of the Year. We got Lady Antebellum, Lanco, Little Big Town, Midland, Old Dominion. Screw them.
Give it to Old Dominion.
Old Dominion?
Give it to Old Dominion.
Yeah.
No,
you're
you're such a sucker for Lanco.
I like Lanco. I know
you
think I
like
would
Little
give it to
Big
Old
Town,
Dominion.
too.
I think Old Dominion's got some great songs, but Lanco, I wouldn't give it to Little Big Town. Lanco, I love his
You're a
voice.
sucker
It sounds so
for them.
good. They said I was nothing but a trouble. He's great.
Old Dominion. Music event of the year. There is The Burning Man, Dierks Bentley, featuring Brothers Osborne. Dear Hate, Maren Morris. Drowns the Whiskey, Jason Aldean. Everything's Gonna Be Alright, David Lee Murphy. And Meant to Be, Bebe Rex and Florida Georgia Line.
I'm going to be honest with you. What is musical event of the year?
I don't even know.
What is this
event
award?
Of the year. All these are songs.
I know what Burning Man is. I'm going to vote for that because that's the only one that's an event. The other ones are songs.
No, but Burning Man though that's not country. I know what you're talking about. That is not country. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's more EDM. My vote is for Everything's Gonna Be Alright because I saw it live and it was good.
All right.
I don't know what an event is though.
Yeah, I don't understand this category, so I'm
just see
sticking
song
with
categories.
the Burning Man festival that
Okay.
happens in...
The EDM festival that Dierks Bentley's apparently performing at. Musician of the Year, Jerry Douglas, Paul Franklin, Dan McNally, and Derek Wells.
Musician
Mac
of the
McAnally.
year.
Mac McAnally, that's what I meant to say.
I'm going to be incredibly biased on this
So
one.
am I, though.
Because,
It has to be Mac McAnally.
Because Mac McAnally is Jimmy Buffett's guitarist, and that's what he's most known for. He has some of his own music, and it hasn't really gone anywhere. He's not well known, but I absolutely love Mac McAnally.
I'm on your side.
He just
I love him.
He came out of a heart attack, a Big Mac attack. This guy,
He also kind of toured with Kenny Chesney.
did you know he liked one of my tweets?
I did know that.
I tweeted at him that he looked like a guy that was a Bills fan. And
Actually, it was after Kenny Chesney that I texted you and said, hey, what's Mac McAnally's... Or I couldn't figure out his name. I couldn't think of it. And I went, who is the guy that liked your tweet that is Jimmy Buffett's guitarist? I know he works a little bit with Zach Brown Band a little bit. And yeah, so.
let's get him on the show.
All right. Mac McAnally, we're calling you out.
All right, the next one and last one on the list is Music Video of the Year. There were some good music videos this year. We got Babe by Sugarland, and it's featuring Taylor Swift. Cry Pretty by Carrie Underwood. Drunk Girl by Chris Jansen. Marry Me by Thomas Rhett. And Tequila by Dan plus Shay. So, um, I don't know. There was.
Man, they're. Ooh.
Did you watch the Drunk Girl music
Yes, I've
video?
seen Drunk Girl.
I absolutely love how he portrays the girl he's referring to as a little kid, a little girl, because I think it just puts you in the right mindset.
Hits you at home. Hits the dad.
Hits
the
you
dad
right,
bod a
right
little
in
bit.
the zinger.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think that was a really creative way of doing it, a creative direction. I really liked "Marry Me." It was a good music video. It's heartbreaking, obviously, but
Extremely.
I like how they left it open in the end. No spoilers, but they leave it open, and I really like that ending. And then Tequila, obviously, also has a very open ending, and I loved Tequila's ending.
I think Tequila is going to take our number one spot.
I think Tequila's going to take it. Tequila's what? A 9-minute long music video? It's all about the story. It has nothing to do with the song. I mean, the song's there, but it's a story. They've created a world for those two individuals.
Yeah, and the song is complete without this story, but it completely changes the meaning. And I think that's why I like this music video, because it brings a different perspective to a song that people probably weren't looking at it as, by bringing in somebody who's deaf.
I mean, that's very true, because if you played that song for me, just played it, I'd be like, oh yeah, it was all right. But then when you sit there and you put me in front of the music video, I felt like I was there with those people. I don't know.
Do you think the guy in the music video likes the song?
If he can hear it.
Moving on.